Hello, it's Chris from Briggs Detailing. So I did a video the other day of how I prep a vehicle to wash, rinseless wash before I polish. So now we're gonna do the polishing stage. Um, I did my test spot already. I always do a test spot. Do the um, least aggressive first. But I do know there's, a lot of buffer trails and things like that. So I'm using a more aggressive polish. Oops, sorry about the finger. I'm using Soul by Herb Oberk. That's a medium polish, single step. I've had very good results. On black, sometimes it will leave some micro marring. If you use the yellow pad, it's kind of a color-coded system that has the yellow stripe on the bottle. So there is a yellow. Let me grab one here. These are kind of what it's more meant for, but I'm not, I just started with a red pad there and did that test spot just to see if the red pad would give me good results, and very good results. Looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any scratches or anything. So compared to this, so we're just gonna show you quick. I'll do this section here, and I'll just kind of show you. Oops. I guess we'll do that. I did 4 little dots when I did that test section. It is a small section, so I'm not going to clean the pad right now. It's clean. So we'll just do, kind of dab it a little bit on there. Kind of look at our line, see where we left off. I got it about 4. So have a damp rag. I got a bucket of 1R over there. Rinseless wash. And I, wring it out in there, and I wring it out pretty dry. And I wipe that residue off. Flip the towel. And we'll dry it off. Flip the towel. Do another buff. I'll take a look at it under the light. So it looks like, yep, that one little defect's still there. So we'll try and work that spot again with the red pad. And if that doesn't take care of it, then we'll just switch to the yellow pad. We'll hit that spot with the yellow pad. Then we'll hit it again with the red pad. Looks like I gotta do a little bit there on the corner too. I try not to run the edges real hard. So, I'll do normal initial pass, and then if I have to go back, hit the edges, and I'll do that. I also have a 3-inch, which the 3-inch I'll be doing more of these edges here with the 3-inch, the small flex polisher. So, all right, and hope everyone has a good day. We're gonna get this polished up today. All right, a little update on the polishing. So, that red pad worked great on this top piece. I guess, yeah, I got the light moved now, so you can't really tell. That's just a little dust and stuff. But, so I did the red pad on the trunk lid here, and it wasn't removing all the scratches, so I had to switch to the yellow pad. So I did that whole side with the yellow pad. You can kind of see my line there. So I actually switched back to the red pad just so I could show you the results I was getting with the red pad. So we'll see if we can focus on any of these. There we go. So you see there right above the light, the one on the right and the one on the left, there's a couple scratches there. Yeah, there's one right there. So there are some defects left over, which it's hard for the camera to pick up. So yeah, actually there's some there. Yeah, I don't think I went this far up with the red pad. Yeah, that's kind of the before. I wonder if I can. Trying to focus. There we go. So yeah, I think that's about the cutoff. So there's a few deeper ones. And there's before, of course, which is... So the red pad's removing like a good 90% of the scratches. So this is the other side where I did with the yellow pad. So it's turning out really good. I'm trying to get that 100%, So we'll just see if I can move this light. Cable management is not my strong suit sometimes. So we're going to set that up there, and then we'll get a different angle. I wish I would show up better. There we go. So we're going to do this with the yellow pad now, the whole car. And she should finish out really nice. So just wanted to give an update that, you know, the red pad, yeah, it works pretty good sometimes, but, you know, with a situation like this, you know, I want to remove all those, because, you know, every little one of those adds up, and it doesn't look the greatest then as a whole. So but if you're doing a daily driver and a customer just wanted it glossed up and, you know, a good 50 to 75% defect removal, that red pad with the Oberk sole is a really good product for that. So you can kind of see the results. You know, it does pretty good. So everybody have a good one. Well, I'm back. I figured I'd just record myself using the yellow pad and doing that. And then the black bucket there with the blue top, that's a pad washer. So if anybody's not familiar with that, it's got two separate chambers in it. The bottom of the bucket is clean water. You put a little pad cleaner in there. And then there's two separate blue parts. So the bottom lip there, the first blue section from the bucket, is where it collects the dirty water from the pad. And then the top part has a part in the middle where you can push down, and it squirts the clean water from the bottom of the bucket into the pad. And then you turn it on, and it has little ridges in it, and that'll help clean the polish and compound and stuff out of your pad and keeps your pad cleaner. I already started half of the panel, so I'll just show how I do a bigger panel. So while I'm doing this, I am overlapping 50%. So I do one pass, and then from the edge of the pad, where the pad didn't polish, I try and line up the middle of the machine with that line. And so I'm going that way, overlap 50%, and then I'll go back, and then I'll move up to where my next edge is, and then move down 50%, and just work that way. And then now I clean the pad with the pad washer. We're gonna just put 2 little dabs on here. About that much. I usually wipe it 2 different directions like that. And we'll dab that. I'm gonna go over that section again, and we're just gonna do the whole panel. Now this up here, I did go over it, but as you can see, the pad doesn't turn real well because of the shape of it. So I do hit it, and then if I have to touch it up with my 3-inch pad, that'll do a better job to remove any remaining scratches. Just make sure you're holding it flat as you can. It's hard when you're kind of reaching like this. Now, typically in my pad cleaning, what I'll do is, I'll look at the pad after I do this second pass. If it's not that bad, I won't clean it, and I'll move on to my next section. So I'll do this section next. But before I start my first pass, when I go that way, I always start with a clean pad, and then that'll pull any stuff that you didn't wash off, possibly, if you miss something. Sometimes there's stuff embedded that just won't come off with a wash. in the clay. Um, so you're pulling that stuff off that first pass. Then I always clean my pad then before I do this final pass. So we'll wring that out pretty good. I usually do a quick visual inspection too, which I didn't show last time. See what that looks like. That seemed like it turned out really well. Right. Adjust that a little bit. I gotta move it over a little more. Oh yeah, that's better. I'll show you guys here. Pretty flawless. So I noticed one little scratch there and one right there, actually two right in there. So, but that's not bad. And then as you can see, this area here still there's some scratches there, but all those will get taken care of with a 3-inch. So I'm gonna call that good enough. You know, I'll probably hit this edge when I do this edge. I haven't done this edge yet here, this little section. So when I do that, I'll hit that scratch there. But that's the results from Oberk sole. You've seen it with the red pad, what it can do with that. You know, like I said, 75 to, I mean, on this car, it removed like 80% of the scratches. There were a few there left. It was actually worse on that side than it was on this side. When I did that, you know, I showed you guys the little section I did with the red pad. It actually turned out better than the other side. The other side had a lot more, so, but that happens. So, yeah. All right. Not sure if this will be the end of this video, but if I have any other issues, I'll come back and we'll show you. Here's just a little before shot of this section. And the after. That's